Previous year board question. Show that radius of Bohr's orbit is directly proportional to the square of the principal quantum number. Now here, let's see the answer of this question. So by Bohr's first postulate. So by first postulate, the first postulate is centripetal force provided by, for in case of electron which is revolving in atom, centripetal force provided by electrostatic force. So it is given by this formula: centripetal force mv square by r and electrostatic force E square divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. Now here we can cancel the common term here, r and 1r get cancelled. Now here we get mv square is equal to E square divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 r. Now I can write v square formula by using that. So I can transfer this m to this right hand side. So 4 pi epsilon 0 and this m I am writing and this r, equation number 1. Similarly, by Bohr's second postulate. Bohr's second postulate. Now here, this first postulate we are written for hydrogen atom. If you want to write it for any other atom, then you can put Z here. Z is the atomic number. But I am writing it for hydrogen atom, so I am not using Z. So if you want to use Z, you can use it. Now by Bohr's second postulate, the angular momentum mRV is equal to nh upon 2 pi. Electron revolve without radiating energy only in those orbits for which angular momentum is integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. So by using that we can write a formula of V. So nh divided by this 2 pi and this m and r, we can write it to this side. Then after that we can squaring both the side by squaring both sides. Squaring both sides, we get v square is equal to n square h square divided by 4 pi square m square r square. So equation number 2. Now here, equation 1 and equation 2 both represent v square. So we can equate equation 1 and 2. So equating equation 1 and 2, we get, so here we get a formula E square divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 m r is equal to n square h square divided by 4 pi square m square r square. Now we can cancel common terms. So this r, 1r from this, m, 1m from this, pi, 1 pi from this, 4 get cancelled. So after cancellation of these common terms, we get E square divided by epsilon 0 is equal to n square h square divided by pi m r. Now we have to write formula of r. So I can write r is equal to this epsilon 0, we can shift to this side, epsilon 0 n square h square divided by pi m and this E square. This is expression for radius of Bohr's orbit. This is expression for radius of Bohr's orbit. Now here, the same formula we can write r is equal to epsilon 0 h square divided by pi m E square. Except this n square, I am written everything is in bracket. And all the terms here, epsilon 0, h, pi, m, E square, everything is constant. So I can write it constant for this multiplied by n square. So this is r. So I can write r proportional to n square. And this is the question. Show that radius of Bohr's orbit directly proportional to square of principal quantum number. In this formula, n is the principal quantum number.